fearless, you got fire. He's the spark that lifts you higher. You were made for joy, made for more. It's time to walk through heaven's door. The world is yours, take your place. Every dream aligned with grace. Overflow is your reward. Walk it out, abundance is yours. Oh, you can change it every time. Hope and faith, they realign. You're not stuck, not anymore. 'Cause girl, abundance is yours.
Hi, everyone. This is Julie Loughlin Hares with Divine Abundance, and I am so thrilled to have my good, amazing friend, former mentor, just sisterhood of our friendship goes way back. Beth, I don't even know. I think it's been like 20 plus years. She's a published author. She's a national speaker. She's a medium. She's the person that taught me how to meditate, and she's a mom and a wife and an amazing person. And we're lucky enough, we're timing this recording just prior to her coming back up to the New York area for a few days of shows here, but she's in Florida now, but works across the nation. Beth Lynch, congratulations and welcome to Divine Abundance.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So, Beth, I know I shared with you a little bit about the format of our show. The first thing that I usually start with is, what does abundance mean to you, and how is it that you tap into it?
Such a good question. And just to shout out to you, I remember the day I came to your office needing divine organization, if you will. And I don't know how many years ago that was, maybe 10.
Yeah.
And I sat there
I
having
think I've
faced
been
my financial woes.
Yeah, I've been in business probably 10 years. Yeah.
Anxious. I was anxious, but I knew that what you had to offer me was, first of all, needed. And secondly, I just intuitively knew I had to sit with you. And it was that meeting that helped me set what I think I've come to understand abundance as. It's a very emotional relationship we have. It is meant to be a creative expression of who we are and what we want to do to, first and personally and then professionally, and kind of allow it to be not a goal for abundance, but the action toward living in the experience of abundance. And I know after I left that meeting with you, I set a goal, and I set my goal to be in 3 months credit card debt free. And I achieved it. And if I had done the math on my own, I would have never seen it. And to this day, I still do it. If I have to put a little bit on, I set the goal. It's usually 2 months, and I hit it every time.
That's amazing, Beth.
Thank you, because it really helped me. I was emotional. I remember crying at your desk. And I wasn't even, it was a big enough debt, but it wasn't unattainable, which you made me see. And so thank you for that. But that's where I got to understand my relationship with abundance and, not fearing it.
Right. So we were able to unpack Beth's scarcity mindset, which a lot of people struggle with, and we were able to finally make peace with it, and we really let it go. She really let it go. And then she was able to reframe and have a new relationship with money, which led to her going to her dream location to live and having the life and the lifestyle that she and her husband wanted. And being able to do what you want and being in that great weather, which I know feeds you so much on a soul level. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so grateful for you. Beth is the person that taught me how to meditate, and that I think is one of the biggest gifts that someone has ever given me. So thank you, Beth, because I wouldn't be who I am today, and I don't even think I'd be where I am without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I want to take people on a little journey here with you. Tell people a little bit about your business and what inspired you to do the work that you do today, because your story is so amazing. If you could share how you got started and really what inspired you to start, how you do help people that have lost people that have transitioned over to the other side.
Mhm. I think, well, I know my own personal story with the loss of both parents within a few years, and both very unexpected, and one tragically, as you know, on the Amtrak. And I dreamt that night that she died. I literally heard it over an intercom system. A very, not knowing at the time that was happening, but to wake up in the morning, hear it on the news, and have to go through the physical world red tape, if you will, like everyone else goes through, and any kind of
Mhm.
thing like that. Um, you know, my own journey of needing to understand healing, grief, e- where are they, all the questions that come with losses, and planned or unplanned, you know, unexpected. But
Mhm.
my own personal journey, I can look back and see how it took a good decade to evolve through. And I know when I came into that place of knowing, you know, these sensitivities to, you know, the spiritual world, and the energy connection and feeling emotion, and all started to all of a sudden make a lot more sense in my journey. I wanted to help others understand their own, because, you know, the loss of people it isn't going away. We were just having that conversation,
Yep.
personally, professionally, but how that understanding and healing helps every relationship we are going to experience, including the one with finance, you know, but
Mhm.
also for ourselves. And that inspired me to help people learn to understand themselves. You know, my one book, Life, Death, and In Between, Perspectives from the Other Side, I learned more about life and what goes on in between life and death through the understanding of death and grief. And it wasn't
Yes.
easy. And I don't say I can make it easier for you, but I can certainly bring the understanding, hopefully in a lesser time frame than, you know, mine took to evolve, because it's a long time to go through things.
Mhm. I personally have experienced a lot of peace and a lot of comfort in working with you, and I know I've brought a couple of very close friends of mine that were really struggling, and a family member who was really struggling with a couple of tremendous losses that were kind of sudden, and they still talk about the experience with you today. So I mean, you definitely are just amazing at what you do, Beth. What has been probably, and you don't have to specifically call out the person, but maybe one of the most rewarding experiences or times that you've sat with a client and you were like, this was profound. Like this experience that I had with this client, helping them access this connection or whatever came to pass.
Mhm.
What was one of the most just incredible things that you personally have experienced doing this work with others?
I think the one, because I do also, you know, energy healing, inner light energy
Yes.
healing, which is creating a space for someone to go into a certain vibration, if you will, and a divine vibration, a higher frequency vibration, which it is the same thing. It's a sacred vibration, and bringing that person into it, to help with a diagnosis that they had. And, you know, having a very powerful experience, with the Divine Mother in that healing. And I always will say, I didn't make that happen, but this vibrational place we got to, and with intention, and just to bring comfort and peace through the journey she was facing, only to find out, that, I'll just use the comparison, the baseball tumor was now a P 3 days later, and the doctor had no explanation.
Wow.
Treatment hadn't even been officially started yet. That was what I call one of the miracles I've
Mhm.
experienced, and humble to this day. Mother Mary's up on my thing. And it isn't about, you know, I think I understand it doesn't matter what your faith is. I mean, there's people with all different faiths, and but that's, you know, who entered in our space that day. And it
Mhm.
was beautiful. And I mean, these are profound experiences, and there's so many of different degrees, but that one just always stands out as wow. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
What is some advice that you would give people that are going through, grief and loss?
I think to believe in the spirit of who you are first is where we begin. And then, because that is what you're going to be connecting to, is the spirit of your loved ones. The
Mhm.
oldest of teachings, eternal life, you know, Jesus, Buddha. I mean, the avatars have taught us, we look at things through energy. Energy doesn't die. And when
Mhm.
we can, in grief, you're not always wanting to think, I mean, you've known these things. And in
Yeah.
your own personal loss, That's the last freaking thing you want to think about, sometimes. But as long as it's back there and you can call upon it a little bit, all right, support me in this moment of not caring right now, about
Mhm.
that. You do call it forward and you get that support because that's what's going to hold you up. And that's usually where a lot of people turn from when they're in grief. Why God? Nobody's up there taking us. This is the human experience. Our bodies are going through things. There's reasons why everybody's is different, and just it's just a powerful understanding of who we are. Let your spirit, lead the way because it
Yeah,
will intuitively guide you. It will educate you. Things you already know, but you bring them forward.
right. Exactly. Exactly. What is coming up for you from now until the end of the year? I want to hear about all the exciting things that you're working on. And
Mhm,
just share with everyone. And I plan to drop the links to all of Beth's, how you can contact Beth, as well as all of the books that she's written. And if there's any workshops, Beth, that's coming up, that's a little bit more future dated, because this show will air potentially next week, but maybe the week after. So
mhm,
just anything that's a little bit farther in the future, let me know, because I want to share with the listeners. But
mhm,
what is something that you're super excited about between now and the end of the year?
mhm. Well, on the 11/11, which I just made live on Humantix is a platform you can put it on for tickets and
Yeah.
they're great. They give back to humanity. I mean, it's a
Mhm.
beautiful project if anyone ever needs for tickets. There's a few good ones. But anyway, 11/11. Now that's going to be a virtual Spirit Speaks where I actually, will be speaking to the whoever's on the Zoom call. And, depending how many, a lot of people will get messages. Your loved ones will be there. I explain all that. So that's a virtual available on my website. It may not be on my website yet because I did it over the weekend. So my girl has
Okay.
it on there. But it'll be there in a couple days. And the other thing is my new book. It's a book called A Heart based on the Heart and Soul Fitness, Seeking Self, Spirit, and Success, the little book I have. And it's on ebook too. And but that I have Heart and Soul, a journal to love. And I'm really excited because it's a journal and that's going to be launching pretty soon, probably in another week. I'm waiting on the final edits. You know how that goes when you're
Oh my gosh,
editing.
please let me know, because I love a journal.
Yeah,
And
Heart
I
and
definitely,
Soul, a
yeah.
journal to love. And it's just like kind of like your questions. It brings you in and makes you
Mhm.
see it and you write it out or prospectively view it. I'm so excited about that one. But anything coming up, I do a lot of pop-up kind of classes. Sometimes I'll think, oh, next month I'm going to run that. But a lot of my things they're all on my website and I'm able to adjust anything personally, small group, large group. So, when people go to the page and see the things I have, my services can all be adjusted, adapted. And of course, I will be in New York on the 9th, 10th, and 11th. But if
Yep.
this doesn't air, that's okay. But I will be up there in the Finger Lakes, Liverpool, Waterloo, and Canandaigua for those 3 days. That is all live on my website.
And that is next weekend, everyone.
Yeah.
So as we're sitting here on 9/29,
Mhm.
2025.
But
And
all the 11th, 9.
I know, right? And Beth will be here the weekend of October 9th, 10th, and 11th.
And if anyone from Florida is watching, I'll be in Naples on the November 8th and 9th doing Inner Light Awareness program on Saturday at Intuitive Wellbeing. And then on Sunday, myself and Andrea, also a medium, we're going to be sharing a gallery in her place, Intuitive Wellbeing in Bonita Springs, which is right next to Naples. I'm excited about that one too.
That's amazing, Beth. I mean, I remember going through your inner light teachings with you years ago, which is, for everyone watching us, it's almost like a train the trainer. It really is. It's like you're training me in the modalities and in the different things to help others and help myself. Do you still offer a course like that, like a train the trainer almost, where it's like
Oh
more of a
yeah,
deep dive?
the Inner Light Teachings Practitioner and Awareness, personal and or professional, and I go
Mhm.
over how to incorporate it into professional therapy, massage therapists, any Reiki masters. I mean, it's across the board where it can go into your life personally first, and that's what I show you. And then there's a Journey to Light Within, which is a 6-week correspondence meditation program that we work to together. And then what's the other one I do? I do want, oh, I have embrace your inner medium.
Did you
And
see my lights go off?
yeah, what was that? Okay, wee.
It's the first time that's ever
And we know there's a
happened.
couple mothers up there that could be playing with both of us right now, so we'll say hello.
It's the first
Um,
time that's ever happened in our
Oh
show.
my God, well, that's par for the course, right?
It's
Yeah, and
that's
then, embrace your inner medium, and I teach you how to understand you're a mediator of your spiritual or higher self and self. So,
yeah,
we all have that in us. If you take it to another level, you already know you have it if it is something you did want to. And I can help people with that understanding.
yes.
All of those are
Amazing.
ongoing, booked by Zoom, booked in
Yep.
person. I can do it across the board, and I record everything that I do for people, so you always have it forever
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
go back to.
I go back and listen to mine sometimes. It's amazing. It's amazing. For people right now, Beth, that may be stressed over like just the world in general,
Mm.
there's a lot going on. I'm not going to get into it and I'm not going to view any opinion either way, but current world events and just the stress and the stuff that we go through as human beings every single day on the planet. What's your advice to all of us?
I think the one thing we can control is how we respond to these events.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to understand that even the world in where it is, I always say Nikola Tesla's quote will stop you from asking why to everything. If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency, and the law of attraction, and
Mm-hmm.
understanding that because everything happens because of a certain vibration of thought. And there's high happy, healthy, wealthy thoughts, and then there's thoughts of fear, anger,
Mm-hmm.
and insecurity that create, horrendous things and horrendous actions. So if you start
Right.
with yourself, and you start understanding how you respond emotionally, and you just start really being devoted to understanding your spiritual nature is not afraid. Your spiritual nature knows what the missing links are, and you
Mm-hmm.
can start filling those spaces with your own strength. That goes out to your people you love, your children, your community. You'd be surprised how things can grow in your world. And I think we got to start there because that's what we can control. I don't really live in fear about the events. And again, my opinion is my opinion, but I also see all sides. And I think
Mm-hmm.
our spirit sees, when you see through, when you hear the quote, see, on earth as it is in heaven. If we see on earth as we will in heaven or whatever place you feel we go,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a different world. And we can start there.
Yes, thank you. I think that's great advice. Of all the things that you've learned in your life, Beth, and I know there's been a lot that you've learned in this lifetime. What's one thing that you've learned that was so profound you would love to go back to the younger version of Beth and just share with her something that she might have needed to know that she didn't know that you learned?
I wish, and I was reflecting on this just the other day, I wish I knew in my younger self how I know myself now as a spiritual and a human being. And a lot of people are afraid of the word spiritual. It's not a rigid, it's a intuitive, creative, compassionate, connected, coping, communicating part qualities of who we are as a
Mhm.
consciousness. And when we bring that into the self or the personality, we now have the most powerful friendship, teacher, healer within us. And that
Mhm.
I wish I did know that. I would have made decisions. I would have probably chosen different partnerships in my life.
Mhm.
And we all know that that's a big deal for all of us,
It is.
especially when you see the young girls and, and I deal with teenage boys too, sometimes for meditation, and when they're dealing with anxiety, I get a lot of
Mhm.
people bringing their kids to me, doing Zoom calls even. It's amazing.
Mhm.
And when they start doing that, there's a self-confidence, there's a self-awareness, and
Mhm.
we won't search for it outside of ourselves. And that can go into people's 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s and
Yes, my
70s.
friend, it does.
But when we learn it early and it's our foundation, wow, because my
Mhm.
foundation, probably really solidified itself probably more in my late 30s. And boy, at 66 now, I sure wish I knew that, but it's okay, but
Yeah,
it is something when you work with the young people, you wish, God, what I would have done to known that back at 16,
right.
that I didn't have to let anxiety consume me, that I didn't have to,
Mhm.
you know, under, you know, need love. You are love, and I had
Yeah.
plenty of love around me, and I still
Yep.
dealt with that. So I was blessed with that. Not everybody is.
No,
So
they're
that's
not.
what advice I'd give my little self.
I love that. I love that. And I know like raising a young person, and he's, just turned 20, which I cannot believe, Beth, but what I shared with him is, your connection to God is
Mhm.
really all you need. And when you're doubting yourself, you're doubting God sometimes. So
Mhm.
just turn to him. He's always there for you. And he loves you unconditionally, and it's the
You just
same.
believe in that higher power. You have
Mhm.
to, whatever you call it, you have to. And the kids want it. I ran that meditation room in the high school for 4 years.
I
And
remember.
it was amazing the words that would come out of these kids. Being in there 15 minutes and just slowing their breathing and being in low lighting and just a calmer energy and just like, where'd my anger go, Mrs. Lynch? Why do I feel God inside me, Mrs. Lynch, when I'm here? And you gave them that, and oh, I passed my test. I had anxiety before, but I didn't this time because I did the breathing at my desk.
Hmm.
These are the things that kids are craving.
Yes.
And they are our biggest teachers. That's like,
Hmm.
yeah, every school should have their room, a diffuse room, call it what you want, but they need them.
Chill out room, relax.
Still,
Yeah.
they used to
Yeah.
go out the door going, that room's dope. You got to go in there, and I'd be like, oh my God, I love it. These kids.
It's good. Look at the impact you were having though, and I think that's amazing. Just being able to be quiet and be in reflection is just a gift that you give people. Like even like a little bit of distance from your problem sometimes is what I tell people is like, you are not your problem. Don't identify with your problem. Your problem is separate from you. And if you can get a little distance between you and the situation, you can gain perspective that can really change your life.
Says it
So,
all.
yeah, I mean, I think that has been, that's kind of like my superpower that helps me help other people as they are navigating really tough things financially. So, Beth, it has been my complete honor to be with you here today. And I promised you I'd only keep it to 30 minutes, and it is 30 minutes. But this has been amazing. We'll definitely be dropping all your links. All your information will be in the show notes. And I just thank you so much, friend. It was just a joy to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm so proud of you too. And
Thank you.
again, thank you personally, professionally, and you're welcome as well. So I'm grateful we made this happen. Thank
Me
you.
too. Thank you so much, friend.
You got purpose, you got fire. He's the spark that lifts you higher. You were made for joy, made for more. It's time to walk through heaven's door. The world is yours, take your place. Every dream aligned with grace. Overflow is your reward. Walk it out, abundance is yours. Oh, you can change it every time. Hope and faith, they realign. You're not stuck, not anymore. 'Cause girl, abundance is yours. Oh, oh, oh. This is your Prospera era, where dreams align with grace. Abundance flows like rivers. You've stepped into your place. Rise, reign, and remember, you were born to shine. Welcome to your moment, Prospera, it's time.
We hope you enjoyed today's show on Prospera TV Network. Make it a point to visit us on YouTube and catch all your favorite shows anytime you want. Interested in hosting a show of your own? Or advertising your business on our network? Contact Elena Rodriguez,